All right, let's give Sunday's Daily Puzzle on chess.com a shot. This one's called 1%, 0.1% of solvers find this easy. It's white to move. Give the video pause and try yourself if you feel like it. All right, so I can take the knight, but I'm guessing the pawn probably promotes. Is that what's going on here? So I have a pawn that's 3 squares away from promoting and a bishop. Black has a knight and a pawn that's 2 squares away from promoting. And I can't stop this pawn, it wouldn't appear. I have no checks. Black's king is on a diagonal where I would check it if I queened. And that would actually win the queen. So if I went here, 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 queen, and then I queen, I would win the queen. So I'm actually winning the queening race right now. I honestly don't know what my move would be beside pushing this pawn, because if I let black get this move, it kind of feels like the game's over without pushing this. And my bishop is worthless. I mean, like, maybe I could try to reroute my bishop so that I'm protecting this square, but if I move my bishop, the pawn can push. It feels like I have to threaten queening, and it feels like maybe, I would think that maybe black has some weird move. This is going to get weird at some point. I don't know what it is yet, but the only square that I can protect this square is this one. So that if it's not this, I would think that it was probably this. Taking the knight doesn't seem like an option at all. I just lose. There's got to be some weird deflection move. I have no idea. I want the king on the square, so there's no way. I really wouldn't think I would go here. It just seems like pushing the pawn is the only reasonable move. I'm gonna push the pawn. If it's not pushing the pawn, I'll try to think about some weird moves. But okay. All right. So now do things get weird? So the knight can protect the queening square, but then I can just attack it probably, right? So if I push here, knight here, and then I can go here with my bishop, and then, like, if the pawn pushes, takes, yeah, and then I'm in time. So I push the pawn, knight here, bishop here. The knight can go here, but then I can go here, and my king's gonna win the race over to get the knight, right? So, I can't go there though. But I can get my bishop onto this diagonal. I think is got to be the purpose. I must push this pawn. The knight goes here probably. And then I think if I get my bishop onto this diagonal, not on one of these two squares, like I could even get my bishop to here, and then just kind of slowly bring my king over. Because if my bishop gets on this diagonal, I'm happy to sacrifice it for this pawn whenever, as long as I can still go get the knight. I think that's got to be it. Yeah, I must push the pawn again. Wow. Okay, so do I do this? Do I do something like this first? Yeah, probably. Okay. So now I can push the pawn. Yeah, and then I just take. And now I'm on the same diagonal. Okay. What? Why not? Is there like a stalemating move? Whoa, I'm glad I didn't get here, honestly. That would have sucked, because I definitely would have just automatically made this move. I'm promoting, right? Like, do I have to promote to something different? I mean, the only thing that would make sense would be a bishop. Why not a queen? That's weird. There must be a stalemate. Let me analyze that. Alright, I guess I also don't really understand why. I thought I would be in time with this move. So if I push the pawn, what does black have? Knight c7. And then I was thinking I could just like go here. a8. And so maybe the king can make it over here in time. King f7. So at this, I guess I don't really know what I was doing from here. Alright, it makes sense that the bishop would protect the square first. So I bring my bishop here to protect against the knight moving here, and also kind of threatening to get onto this diagonal for the pawn. Pawn pushes, I'm still going here. And so why not a queen? So there's got to be a stalemate here. g4. That's brutal, yeah. Because if the king goes to g4, I can't take the queen or it's stalemate. Weird. Alright, let's run that back one time. Cool. So, little pawn race in this puzzle. It's, I think, pretty apparent when you look at it. There's not a lot happening. So, your pawn's got 3 squares. Black pawn's got 2 squares. So, it seems like the black pawn's in front. But the problem is that the black king is on this diagonal. So looking at this puzzle, it just seemed like I must have to push this. And then black's going to have some resource. And then black's resource is that the knight is going to be in time to save my pawn. So I have to come up with some crafty thing to be able to queen my pawn. And the idea is to take away this square for the knight with my bishop. And then black pawns can push. The black pawn can push, but I'm still in time, right? So if I push, black pawn pushes, I push, I can make a queen, and I'm going to be able to take the queen because it's going to be check. So now I can push. The knight comes in, right? And I can take the knight, and I'll be threatening the pawn, and then it looks like all is well. And then the trickiest move in the puzzle happens right now. If I make a queen, black can go here. I can't take the queen because if I take the queen with my queen, the king has no moves. That's a stalemate because my bishop is taking away this square, my queen's taking away the red, or my king takes away a bunch of squares. The king can't move, so I can't take the queen with a queen, but I can take the queen with a bishop, and that's not going to result in stalemate. So really tough finish to this one. And I just take the queen, and hopefully I know how to checkmate with two bishops, which I probably do not, especially under any kind of time pressure. But that's the puzzle, dude. There it is. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.